Hey guys, what's going on? It's Nicole from Dogo Argentino, USA. And today we are going to talk about 5 things that I wish I knew before I got my Dogo Argentinos. If you haven't been here before, welcome. Okay, so Dogo greeting out of the way. My Dogos are super affectionate. And they are guard animals. They're a guardian breed, but just so you know, that does not stop them from being super affectionate, great family dogs. So let's dive in. What are 5 things that I wish I knew before I got my Dogo Argentinos? I am an extremely experienced dog owner. I have trained, bred, shown, raised, and loved dogs my entire life. As a matter of fact, a Great Dane taught me how to walk. He would walk by me, his tail would hit me in the face, I'd grab it. I eventually learned to stand and walk thanks to that Great Dane. Hey, what are you doing? He's a good boy. Oh, yeah, good boy. Hello. Hello. So, in terms of my perspective, I am a second generation dog fancier. So one of the things that I wish I had known about this specific breed when I got my very first one, the breeder that I got it from, and I'm not going to reveal who it was at best somewhat misleading. So the dog was sold to me as a perfect Snow White example, and they kept emphasizing, oh, it's Snow White, doesn't have a spot on it. And if I had known better at the time, I would have known that that's just crazy talk. All Dogo Argentinos will develop spots on the skin, all of them. As a matter of fact, it happens extremely rapidly, and they continue to get more and more spots as they age. So a baby puppy might be snow white with not a single spot on it, but an adult is definitely going to be spotty, and the older they get, the more spots they get. So when their skin turns spotty, you can sometimes see it in the light, sometimes not, but when they're wet, you can really see it very clearly. Now, the number, the type, the distribution of spots, there's no way to judge that, but you are going to get spots on your dog. And the pictures I have of Zarina when she was 1.5 years old, her nose wasn't even filled in all the way. She had a little pink section on her nostril, and now not only is her nose filled in, but she's got way more freckles on her face. She's totally got tons of spots on her body. It's normal. It's normal. It's just part of the breed, and it comes from the genetic heritage of the Harlequin Great Dane, which is one of their foundational breeds that was used to create the Dogo Argentino, and also the English Pointer, which has quite a lot of ticking as well. Now, ticking, or also known as spots on the skin, are not on the coat. They're only on the skin. They generally range from a medium charcoal gray to a very dark gray, almost black. Sometimes will start as a very small spot and they will spread. Some Dogos get little tiny spots, some get quite large spots. And it is not a fault to breed standard as long as the spots are on the skin and not in the fur. According to the most popular breed standards, so that would be your AKC, your UKC, your FCI, they can have one single spot on the head, less than 10% of the head's total, and that can be in the skin and in the fur. Any other spot, with the exception of a few very tiny spots on the ears, is a disqualifying mark. So I wish I knew that when I came into it, that the puppy that I got, which was sold to me as pure Snow White, and honestly I was probably charged extra for that, is very spotted now. And so I wish I knew that when I was going into it. I didn't, and it is what it is. The second thing that I wish I knew, the personality that you are introduced as a puppy is in not any real meaningful way going to be the personality you get as an adult. After the dog has matured and developed a pack instinct, which takes a while to develop, then your opinion matters a lot more to the Dogo Argentino, because they see themselves as part of the pack. They're not just, boom, I'm here on earth and it's amazing. Pack order starts to develop and they become very interested in being part of the pack, contributing to the pack. There is a certain amount of jockeying for pack status, and that is an ingrained behavior because it's something that comes from the wild. being able to have secure leadership avoids a lot of jockeying, but there is always a little bit. It's just a permanent condition of it being a dog, because psychologically that's what it's designed to do, is to develop a strong bond in the pack and to try to move up when possible. Number 3, I wish I had known that other people were going to not know what my dog was and mislabel it, and it was eventually going to grate on me. I thought, and I knew, I'd heard Dogo Argentino owners in different forums say how pissed off they were that their dog was always being mislabeled, and definitely that is the case with my dogs. My dogs are mislabeled all the time. I've had, if they're wet, people tend to think they're a Dalmatian because they look very, very black and white spotted. If they're dry, people tend to think they're everything from an Amble or an American Bulldog to a Great Dane to a Dalmatian to, I've had them called white labs. I thought I could get along, but it does actually bug me a little bit. Number 4, I am surprised, and I don't think this has to do with the Dogo Argentino being recently admitted to AKC, but I am surprised the number of people that I come across who have clearly gotten their dog from a backyard breeder and are, in terms of, they don't know where to go for advice. They don't feel like they can, I guess they don't feel like they can go back to the breeder and get advice, or the breeder wasn't very knowledgeable, so they don't have any advice to give. So I'm really surprised at the number of people who are honestly really, really hungry for information. So one of the side projects I was thinking about doing, I may do, I may not, I was thinking about writing a ebook for people who were interested in understanding how you should integrate your Dogo Argentino into your home in the first 6 months. The first 6 months to 1 year is the most work-intensive period of having any dog, including a Dogo Argentino. So I was thinking about writing a guide for that. But I was really, really surprised at how little people knew about this breed. So that's a construction truck delivering construction supplies to my neighbors. This video may be short. The most important thing that I wish I knew before I got a Dogo Argentino was the amount of prey drive that they have. They are definitely very active dogs. I knew that. I knew it was a hunting dog. I didn't realize how prey driven it is. So in terms of squirrels and mice and voles and moles and things that you might find in a typical yard, if they can get them, they will. And if they do get them, chances are they're going to kill it. This doesn't bother me personally, but you know, I've had a couple people who have said, you know, every once in a while their Dogo will get a squirrel and they'll kill it. And my concern is not the fact that they killed the squirrel. My concern is that varmints contain disease, and I don't want my dog getting sick because of it. So I definitely advocate for being aware, if you find your dog with a small prey animal that it's caught, that there is a chance for disease, and you want to try, if you can, to get it away from it so it doesn't eat it. If you're at a distance and you're running over there, you know, I know some dogs are very good. If you tell them to, you know, leave it, that they will. I know other dogs, if they've fought for a long time to get that squirrel, they're going to swallow it in 2 bites if they can before you get there, so you can't take it away from them. So bear in mind that there are quite a number of unpleasant diseases that are associated with rodent type varmints. So just be aware. I wish I had known that, so that I had been a little more prepared, how excited they are to get involved in that. Anyway, this is a short video. Thank you, as always, for joining me. And I have to do a little housekeeping. Let me just tell you, in case you're totally wondering, I am not Carol Baskins, nor am I related to Carol Baskins. A, I have no tigers. B, I've never killed my husband. In fact, I've never been married. And C, I think I am way cooler than Carol Baskins could ever be. That being said, I have addressed the issue. I would also like you guys to know that I really, really appreciate your support of the channel. Thank you so much. And I'm working on a whole lot of different types of videos, but I've gone back to work full time, so I really only have time to make 1 video a week, maybe 2, and that's about it. So when I was on lockdown, I was on quarantine, I was doing like 3 videos a week. I don't have time for that anymore, unfortunately. But hopefully you like the content that I'm doing. If you do, please like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. And as always, thank you for your viewership, thank you for your time, thank you for your comments, and have a Dogo-tastic day. These are some of my dogos. This is Miss Emma. This is Mr. Zeus. And they're gonna be really, really interested because I am in the yard. Yeah. Because I am in the yard. Yes, I'm in the yard. I'm in the yard.